Hi guys, it's Jennifer here with the Big Tex team, and I want to welcome you to the Big Tex Cooking School. We are so sad that we're not able to celebrate the fair this year in person, but the staff of the fair has come up with lots of fun ways for you to celebrate your fair traditions at home this year, and one of them is the Big Tex Cooking School. We have brought together 4 concessionaires who have come up with some of the most amazing, tastiest fried food concoctions that we have here at the Great State Fair of Texas. And they are bringing recipes that you can make at home. So let's get started. Today we have Abel Gonzales with us. Thanks for joining us, Abel.
Thanks for having me.
So you are doing 2 things.
I am doing 2 things. I am doing our world famous PB&J with banana and our deep fried pizza.
Both things I think every kid and adult in the world loves to hear.
It's home staples.
It really is.
You're going to have one or the other in your house.
And the nice thing is that I'm going to assume, I can't wait to see all the things that you can just pull out of your pantry and try to make this with.
Absolutely. So. It's not going to take too many ingredients.
That's great.
And the ingredients that it is going to take, again, you're going to probably have these at your house. And I'm going to dive right into it because we got 2 things to do.
Okay.
It's a lot of stuff, and we're going to get messy, and hopefully we're going to have a little bit of fun.
That's
okay?
Good.
So the first thing we're going to do is create a batter for the fried PB&J.
Okay.
So you take a regular pancake batter.
Okay.
Everybody has pancake at their house, I'm sure. And we're going to add basically nothing to it.
Okay.
Water. Make it a little bit thicker than a pancake.
Okay.
And you're going to take like 2 cups, literally.
Okay.
Cups.
Little cups.
About 2 cups. 2 cups is going to give you about, well, we're going to do a few more. So let's do 4 cups.
Yeah, because we definitely want to try those PB&Js.
Yeah, definitely.
So are you a grape jelly, strawberry jelly? What's your preference?
The ones we do at the State Fair are grape jelly.
Okay.
And we just started doing strawberry this year.
Okay.
Actually, and we're gonna have to wait till next year to introduce it at the fair.
Okay.
But we do that with whipped cream and fresh strawberries, and it's delicious. But the one that we've been doing at the fair now for years is a grape jelly with bananas. And we won the very first Big Tex Choice Awards with that.
How many Big Tex Choice trophies do you have on your mantle?
I have 5.
You have 5?
I have 5.
That's amazing.
I believe I have the most Big Tex Choice Awards.
I think you are the reigning champion.
Yes, at the moment.
So if anybody knows how to fry something and come up, so how did you, so that very first year,
yes, so
the State Fair came to you and said, hey, we're going to do this new contest. Can you come up with a new item? Like, how did you approach putting together the fried peanut butter and jelly?
So they sent us the letter, we're going to do this thing. We don't know how it's going to go, but we want you to get creative. And it wasn't not about fried foods. It was about the best food at the fair. We could do whatever we wanted. We only had a fryer. We didn't have, it's a small area. So, and the fair that year had a Elvis exhibit at the Hall of State.
Fun.
Big, huge Elvis exhibit. So I went, well, Elvis used to do the sandwich. It was banana, it was peanut butter. And I go, we're going to do something. And I came up with he used to do it in a cast iron with butter and kind of just fry it in that and make it really delicious.
Kind of like a grilled cheese.
Exactly, except with peanut butter and bananas. So what we did was we decided to batter it and deep fry it, but still keep the bananas, add jelly.
Yep.
Okay, so we have our batter, and it's a little bit thicker than pancake. Now, pro tip, for pancakes or for any time you're working with a sweet batter, a little tiny bit of vanilla, not a lot because it's going to overpower it.
Okay.
So just a little bit.
Like a half a teaspoon?
Like a quarter.
Just a quarter of a teaspoon, just the tiniest little
tiniest bit.
tiniest measuring spoon you have?
It's just going to give it a little bit of more sweetness to it. All right, that's it. This is going to be so simple. The other thing you want to do is you want to make it's not 100% necessary, but it's going to make your life so much easier if you kind of got these sandwiches and you stuck them in the freezer for a little bit.
Okay.
I have mine in dry ice, so they're really, really cold. And
so you just make them on regular white bread?
Just like a sandwich you'd make for yourself.
Okay.
I mean, I wish it was Wonder Bread because that's what I would eat as a kid, but it's just white bread, peanut butter, I think we definitely use Peter Pan peanut butter, and we use
All
Welch's
staples.
grape and Chiquita bananas. Okay, so right into the batter the sandwich goes.
Okay.
And you want to get it covered completely. That's important.
So
And
if you were freezing them, how long would you suggest leaving them in the freezer?
I want,
hours?
ideally, you want them to get rock hard. I mean, you want them to be there a day, but it's not 100% necessary. Okay, so you're gonna get it, and you're just gonna whammo it right in there. And that's starting to make some noise. And we'll go ahead and do another one.
So you could, if you were at home, you could try lots of different types of bread.
You
could
can
play
do,
with it. You could do all sorts of stuff with it.
look, we've done Nutella with it,
Okay.
and it's delicious. And we've done different jellies and jams, and they all come out good. This basic batter, pancake batter, I'm not the first one to use it on a sandwich.
Yeah.
A lot of people make what they call a Monte Cristo.
Okay.
Well, it's the same batter. They're just using pancake, a modified pancake, that's it.
And
So-
if people were doing it at home and they don't have a tabletop fryer or something like that, you could put a do a cast iron skillet or a skillet and put that in and
Definitely
do it that
can
way.
do a cast iron skillet, but it's got to be, you got to have it, you got to
Really?
have enough oil in it.
Okay, so you need it to cover it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So while that thing is getting all delicious and ready in there, we're going to make a really quick batter for our pizza. And I didn't have a bowl, so
So
we're
we're
using
using a
pot.
pot. Yeah. Just like you
And-
would do at home if you didn't
Just
have
like,
so
that's
it's fine.
right. Who has all kinds of bowls at their house? Okay, so the same thing. We're going to use about 4. This batter, this flour here is actually like a Bisquick for
Okay.
like a biscuit batter.
Okay.
It has different properties. It's not sweet for one thing. It has more baking soda or baking powder, so it's going to come out hopefully a little bit more flaky than a pancake batter would.
So how did you come up with the idea of frying pizza? 'Cause
Okay.
I feel like it's every kid's dream to be like, this is amazing. I like my pizza fried, please.
So here is the whole skinny on the fried pizza, which is hilarious. I had an idea. I go, ooh, pizza fried, because we were already in the fried game for a while, and that thing just sounded delicious. And I had an idea on how to do it, and it's basically this recipe. However, we won a trophy that year that we didn't enter fried pizza into. It's just something I came up with. And we won a trophy that year, and I got caught up in opening the fair and doing this and doing that, and I had not made a fried pizza on opening day. And we were only doing it in one spot. We have 2 spots. We were only doing it in one spot, and we opened the fair, and my guys are telling me, hey, people are asking for fried pizza, and we don't know how to make it. And I go, oh, I don't know how to make it. Let me go over there. So I raced over there to my Midway booth, and I had all the ingredients. I had it in my brain how to do it. I just hadn't done it yet. So I put all the ingredients together. I put it in, and lo and behold, the first try, it came out. So I was just lucky.
That was lucky.
That was very lucky, very lucky.
So how long do you need to leave the PB&J in the grill? How long does it take for each side?
Okay, so it depends on how thick you made that batter. So if it's the thicker the batter is, the longer you want to leave it in, because you want to make sure that it cooks all the way through. And you're not going to harm it by leaving it in a little bit longer than what you should.
Just going to get more golden. And,
Right, so don't worry about, ooh, that might be until it starts burning, you're not going to have to worry about it. So I'm just going to leave it in there as I start adding water to my other batter.
So do you want that a little thicker as well, kind of like
Yes, definitely thicker than pancake. Everybody always says, oh, pancake consistency. No, that doesn't really work. It's too
Needs
thin.
to stick.
It needs to be able to stick. And you can smell right away when you're making this that it's way different than pancake. Now, this needs some doctoring up, or else it's going to just taste like bread. So you need to add stuff to this batter. Or pancake, it's just sweet batter, so there's not much to it.
Yep.
So what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of salt, like a 1/4 teaspoon. Not much at all. maybe a full tablespoon of Italian seasoning, because we're doing pizza, and maybe a teaspoon of black pepper. And I'm gonna add a little bit more water to it. And it's gonna look something like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Almost looks like gravy.
Almost looks like gravy, exactly. Okay, well that is just about.
And if you wanted to put more seasoning in there or really liked Italian seasoning,
absolutely.
go for it.
Red pepper flake works really, really good if you want a
tastes-
little bit of spice on it. I'm gonna turn this. I don't think they're quite ready. And there is the trick when you're using a new fryer. You don't really know what it's giving you, but it feels right and I can feel crunchiness. And the ideal PB&J sandwich, the ideal PB&J sandwich is you want it to be crunchy and warm on the outside and you want it to be
gooey,
cool on the inside, not hot. Because who likes a hot PB&J, you know? You want that best of both worlds.
That's why you want it really, really frozen.
Absolutely.
Got it.
So it's going to survive through the fryer. Now, I'm pretty sure these are good. I'm pretty sure.
They look pretty good from here, I'm not going to lie. They're very pretty.
Now, when we do these at the fair, we're doing hundreds at a time. And we have it dialed in. I mean, we're not even thinking about it. It's just going in and coming out. It's like clockwork.
So you also have, so these are just two of the many things that are kind of your signature dishes. You have everything from fried jambalaya to fried butter to, you know, what is the one thing you're like, oh, I cannot wait to get to the fair and try that? It doesn't have to be yours. It could be yours.
It changes.
It changes?
So the month or so before the fair, we start working on stuff, prepping.
Yeah.
Because you have to make tons of sandwiches. We do cookie dough, and you got to make
a lot of cookie dough.
So much cookie dough. So I'm constantly eating, you know, testing, and that's how I became like this. But it is, so when the fair rolls around, I've already had what I want to have, but that first day, it's always something different. Whatever is coming out of that fryer that looks delicious, and it changes like that throughout the fair. And I eat everything twice a day from both my booths. So I'm like up to here, but still, I still go in, and in the mornings when I'm starving, I go, okay, it's a sandwich day, or it's gonna be a pizza day with coffee. Okay, so what we have here is pizza that I made at my restaurant.
Awesome.
Okay.
Other side.
Here we go. Pizza that I made at my restaurant. It's just a pepperoni pizza. It can be any pizza you want. We actually have a specific pizza that we use at the State Fair. It's a much larger piece, and it's spec'd out to us from our supplier because we go through so much. There's no way I could make that much pizza. So
you could just order a pizza.
Absolutely.
And have it delivered in
Pizza Hut, Cane Russo, wherever you get pizza from. You're going to take that, you're going to put it right into the batter.
Nice.
You're going to get it all mixed up in there. Make sure it's covered. And again, we're going to get smaller pieces here, and at the fair, it's just this
It's a great shareable piece of pizza.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, some people do. Some people are like all excited and they get their entire piece for themselves and for their friends, and I'm like, wow, there's no room for PB&Js now. Okay, so
let me get you some cookie dough.
Right, so you get that and you're going to go right into the fryer again. And we got that at 350, I believe.
Yes.
And we're going to get this and go right into the fryer. All right. So let that get all golden. And that's a tricky piece to do. You don't have to have that frozen.
Yeah.
You might work out better if you don't, because what you don't want is to bite into a ice cold pizza.
Yeah.
Now the good thing is that you're using leftover pizza and it's fully cooked. It's not going to harm you if it's cold. Yeah. I try to convince people that they're not like, this is not good. Am I going to get sick? But you're fine.
Yeah.
Even if it's a little cold on the inside, it's going to be fine. When we're doing it at the fair, again, we're doing it so many times. We have it so dialed in that, yeah, you're not going to get a cold piece. But sometimes when you're doing it at home, you'll get a cold piece.
So this is great. So if family orders an extra pizza,
Stick it
they
in the
have
fridge.
this yeah, stick it in the fridge, and you can have a fun second type of dinner the next night or
Absolutely.
snack.
Absolutely.
And how long do it's kind of the same, just looking to see if it's
Yeah,
golden.
you're just letting it get golden, and you're going to be able to feel it. The crunch is going to start coming, and with your tongs, you kind of
feel.
Yeah, you're going to feel it. Okay, so let's finish these sandwiches up.
Okay.
And because they have to be dressed.
Well, of course, because how else could you eat
You
it?
wouldn't just grab that and start
I mean,
eating it.
lots of people would grab that. Let's be serious. You could have that like that, but
Animal style.
But let's if you want to take it up a notch
That's
at
right.
home, making your PB&J.
We are going to definitely take it up a notch. Okay, so we're going to take the sandwich, and it's cooled off a little bit, and I'm going to take my trusty knife here, and I'm going to go diagonal with it. Oh yeah. It's where I want it to be.
Awesome.
Okay. And I'm going to take this really pretty fancy schmancy dish and kind of make a good presentation with it. That's what you want. See, banana. Ugh. Now I want this. So you asked me what my favorite is. Right now, it's this
Whatever
sandwich.
you're cooking, right?
That's what I want.
It's oozing just
Oh, yeah.
nicely.
Oh yeah, and I can feel it that it's
I feel
still.
like that would be a really great breakfast.
That's what
I
I
have to think about that.
It's
May have to
either
think
this
about-
or cookie dough, and sometimes it's pizza. Every once in a while, it's a lobster. If I want to get all fancy.
That's-
At the fair. At the fair.
So, I asked you what your favorite thing was. Do you have any other favorites at the fair? What's something else that you like every year? You're like, this is my go-to. I got to try it.
You know
Or,
what? I'm like everybody else that goes to the fair. I've been going to the fair my entire life. I've never missed the fair. I have pictures of me and my family, and I'm in a stroller at the fair. So this will actually be the first year that I miss a fair, and that's kind of heartbreaking. But I am totally a traditionalist. I totally go for the corn dog, Jack's fries. I want the roasted corn. I want all that stuff. Oh my God, this looks good.
There is something that's amazing about the tradition of the fair, and I'm sure that
Absolutely.
you have lots of people too that they have to come to your stand every year and get that's
That's-
part of their tradition. So
That's what makes it fun for me, is that somewhere along the line, I became part of that. And that is just, that makes my fair now.
So how many years have you been a concessionaire?
I have been well, this would have been my 18th year, I
18th.
believe. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I remember I started and I was a kid. I was one of the youngest people out there. And I was already, I felt
Yeah.
old. I was old. Older. I was an adult. But as far as everybody that saw me, they would look at me like, how old are you? Everybody would ask me, how old are you? Because I looked like a kid.
And like I said, I know we've said this on other episodes. The fair family, and especially the concessionaires, are a big family.
Oh,
There
yeah.
is, there's multi-generations. There's a lot of people. This is second, third generation concessionaires out here, and it is a big family, and everybody embraces everyone, and probably started calling you kid when you came in that first time, and
They would just look at me like, really? They're like, what are you making? And I didn't have any of this great fried food when I first started. I was doing French fries, and I had something called honey bread that was delicious, but it was not like this. And I must have looked like really young at that time.
and then you came out winning the first Big Tex Choice Awards,
And I won the next year and the next year, and yeah, I just took off from there. Okay, so we're gonna put the final dress on this, okay? So we're gonna hit it with a little bit of powdered sugar, because you can never have.
you have to have powdered sugar if you're gonna.
Come on,
all
that's
right,
the safe
duh.
And I love this dish now. I love this presentation. That's where I'm gonna do it from
Okay.
now on out. Okay. And so we're gonna put more grape jelly on it.
It's going to be very expensive to ceramic
Yeah,
plates
it's
for
gonna be
every
the
fair.
platter of sandwiches. But it looks so great on here.
It does, actually.
Yeah, I need one
I mean,
of
we
these.
feel like we.
Okay, so I'm gonna put more powdered sugar on it.
That
And
looks delicious.
that's it.
That truly looks amazing. So we want to see what variations you guys come up with. Are you using a different jelly? Are you using different bread? If you come up with something that's great, please tag us on social media. Use hashtag Big Tex Cooking School and share how you took this inspiration and made it your own fair tradition at home.
Yeah, I'm curious. I want to know what they do with it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Every time I think, ooh, this is a good idea, somebody will come to me either at the stand or at my place and go, yeah, that's good, but did you try it with this? And I go, damn it, why didn't I try it with that? Oh, well.
I'm
Next
sure
year.
you get lots of suggestions.
Yes.
I can't imagine there's people are short on the suggestions on how to fry something or create something.
Yes. That goes with the territories. Everybody wants you to try what they're thinking about, and it's fun to listen to. It's fun to hear them out, and some of them are really, really good ideas, and some of them are like, that's really good, and you know it's not going to work, but it's a good idea.
There is science to frying, right?
Absolutely.
The batters that you've come up with have been lots of trial and error, I'm sure, and figuring out how things stick and do that. What you're looking for?
Spoon.
Okay. Sure. So I mean, you have to. It takes a little. It's not just we're just going to throw it in any kind of batter.
No, and there's challenges with the fair. I mean, in my kitchen, I can do all kinds of things. I have everything. I have room. I have freezer space. I have this.
Yep.
At the fair, I am totally into the outside. I have a tiny space. I have a fryer that's this big, and I'm already doing all these fried foods. So
and
my
it
ideas.
It could be raining. It could be 100
That's
degrees.
right.
It could be lots of things, right?
So my ideas are way beyond what I can do at the fair, but I'm kind of held back by the fair. I mean, not the fair, but the environment, not by the fair. The fair would be like, do whatever.
Sure, try it.
Yeah, try
Let's
it.
see.
Okay, so we're gonna finish this pizza, and you see it looks like a pizza, okay? But we're gonna make it a little bit better.
Okay.
And here's another pro tip. Okay, so we got pepperoni.
Okay.
Okay, because it needs more pepperoni. You can put like more bread in there and stuff. And what we do at the fair is, again, we don't have stuff.
Yep.
We don't have an oven.
So are you frying pepperoni? Is that what you're about to tell me? Okay.
Definitely gonna fry pepperoni. And I got these massive pepperonis that I use at my restaurant. So we're just gonna, boom, put those in there. And it doesn't need to stay in there too long, because the funny thing about pepperoni is if you heat them up too long, they get tiny.
They shrink?
They shrink. You get shrinkage.
Pro tip, don't cook your pepperoni too long.
Yeah. You just want to get them warmed up. And that's it. Okay, so let's put that. Let's see, I wonder if I can do this in a hurry. Yeah, I can do this in a hurry. Okay, so I'm gonna get my pizza. And I make this sauce, but it can be any kind of sauce. It can be ragu. It can be your mom's sauce. It can be anybody's sauce.
Whatever your favorite.
Whatever you have. This is my own pizza sauce that I make. And I'm going to get these pepperonis that are actually pretty darn good at this point. I'm going to put some on. And maybe I should have patted them dry, but I didn't. Because
so at home, you might want to put them on a paper towel before you put them on, just to give them a little rest.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, so then I'm going to get some parm, and I'm going to put it all over, and more parm, and more parm, and a little bit more.
Well, of course, it's Parmesan.
Parmesan.
It's like powdered sugar. You can't have it.
That's right. And there's fried pizza.
So both things that are super easy with items that you might have at home, leftover pizza, peanut butter and jelly that you have in the pantry, and you could try your own fair tradition at home. Thanks for joining us today. We really appreciate it. And everybody, be sure to check out bigtex.com. We have lots of content to help you celebrate the fair this year at home.